Hi guys, BruiserX here and welcome to the second chapter of the Fury Bible. Here we're gonna cover the talents, mystic enchants and rotation for these slam spam single-minded Fury builds, which are the strongest warrior DPS builds for single target and AoE as well. With no more delay, let's get into it. We're gonna start with the single target build commonly known as Slambi. For that one, we use these talents. The only ones you can flex between here are those highlighted in the image. For Unbridled Rat, you will need at least 2 points so you can move to the next talent row, but you can add some more points here if you get extra talent time. For example, if you need to either command or battle shout, you will need 5 points in commanding presence, but if you don't, here is up to 5 free extra talent points you can use. If the fight has some minorats, improved cleave can be used, but as this build we're talking about now is focused on single target, this is more likely not happening. Then we got precision talent. This one here is essential if we still need to cap hit rating, but if we already cap it, we can skip some points here too. If we got some extra talent points, we can play around improved circle rage, because this skill has a really short cooldown in Fury, which is only 20 seconds. So we can then use it as a filler in a rotation to help with rage economy. The last flex points will be furious attacks, as we will put 2 points here just in case we need some healing reduction debuff in fights like Warwick's Kazakh for example. Moving to mystic enchants, I would like to explain real quick the main reason this build is so good, and it's because the single-minded fury. This talent right here increases all our damage at 5% just by dual wielding with one-hand weapons. Plus, and here comes the key part of the build, it makes our slam hit twice. Remember that. So for the mystic enchants, we use for the legendary ambidextrous, for the simple reason that we are spamming heroic strike. It's one of our main damage source and also increases our offhand swings damage, which helps with the rage economy as well. Then for the epics, we always go with Power Slam and Skull Crusher. Bloodsurge talent already give us 20% chance to proc an instant slam with Heroic Strike, Blood Tears or Whirlwind. With Power Slam, we get an additional 50% chance to proc Bloodsurge with the slam itself. Since our slam hit twice due to single-minded fury, then it will be 250% chance to proc it. And this is why Slam starts shining itself. Once the first proc happens, you can keep Slam proc active for a long time, trust me. As this was not good enough, this mystic enchant also proc that Fury Enrich talent, which gives us 10% damage bonus. Next is Skull Crusher. It just reduces the cooldown of our Death Wish by 2 seconds per slam. But remember, our slam hit twice, so it's actually reducing the cooldown 4 seconds per. For the third epic, we can use Outrage. This works fine because Enrage uptime is already very high due to the Power Slam procs or the damage taking itself. Although we may change this one to Battering Ram if nobody else in the party is able to Thunder Armor. Finally, for the rarest, we use Zip Wounds, Impale, Insight, Glyph of Heroic Strike, Improved Heroic Strike and Improved Blood Rage. This last one is a flex, and you can swap it to another like Glyph of Cleaving if the fight has some minorats, for example Ragnaros, which is still a single target boss, but it does summon some squishy ads in the interfaces. Then for the AoE fights, we're gonna use the Cleaving Slam build. This is very similar to our previous single target one, but with some few changes. As we're spamming Cleave here, we really want those 3 points on improved Cleave, making this one not a flex talent anymore, while the other flex talents do remain the same, adding to the list Improved Whirlwind. This can increase your Whirlwind damage up to a 20%, which is handy in fights with multiple adds like Domo. Now for the Mystic Enchants, the legendary we use here is Heavyweight, being this the best in slot cause it buffs you up to a 6% increased physical damage. We don't use the Thunderclap effect since this is a Fury build, but that's okay, we just say thank you for the damage boost. You can only swap this to Dragon Roar or Ravager if you're not trading but running a Mythic Plus. and even in Mythic Plus, it's not bad at all to stay with Heavyweight. For the epics, we still use Power Slam and Skull Crusher, for the exact same reasons explained earlier in this video. And for the third purple, here we change to Cleaving Slam, which makes your slam hit an additional target when you cleave. And since we are using Single-Minded Fury, this means slam can hit 4 times, with both hands and up to 2 targets each. That translates into every slam in 8 seconds of Death Wish cooldown reduction per, plus 4 chances of 50% to keep proccing or Blood Surge. For the rares, we use Deep Wounds, Impale, Insight, Glyph of Cleaving, Glyph of Whirlwind, and Improved Blood Rage. Again, this last one here, we can flex to Glyph of Thunder for example, in case we are in Thunder duty. Now that you understand how talents and mystic enchants interact, we can talk about the opener and the rotations, which gonna be explained with a rule-based priority system. When your pull timer is at 10 seconds, you wanna use your Blood Rage and also Berserker Rage if talented. Actually, we can full our rage before every fight starts if we got at least 1 point on Improved Berserker Rage talent or the Improved Blood Rage Mystic enchant. With this, we can just keep spamming both at cooldown, stacking rage while the raid is planning strat, eating consumes, removing or whatever. Prepotis should be used at 2 seconds on pull timer, and here you can choose between Mighty Raid Potion or Potency Potion. You will use Mighty Raid Potion if you weren't able to stack up your rage, and if so, use Recklessness right before the pot. If you go with Potency Potion, I would recommend saving your Recklessness, since you will lose some value here otherwise. When pull timer ends, walk in or intercept while casting Death Wish and start the fight queuing Heroic Strike or Cleaving, depending if it's single target or AoE respectively. If your main tank asks you for some 30 seconds after pull, then don't start with Death Wish and don't intercept. Just walk into the boss, position yourself, and start hardcasting your first slam 1.5 seconds before the time asked for, so you time it exactly with the time you need to hardcast the slam. And then you can just press your Death Wish cooldown and transition directly to the priority system. For single target Slambi build, the core idea here is to spam Heroic Strike plus instant slams as much as we can, while also keeping a high Death Wish uptime. The priority system will be as follows. First, we wanna use Heroic Strike the whole fight, as long as rage allow it. This is a core damage source and one of our slam procs activated. When you get a slam proc, spam slam until the proc chain ends. Do not interrupt a good slam chain unless it's for doing Death Wish. If you don't have a slam proc, use Blood Tears or Whirlwind, only if you have enough rage to keep Heroic Strike spamming as well. If slam procs are missing and Blood Tears and Whirlwind stay on cooldown, use Berserker Rage or Death Wish itself, or even Recklessness if it's backup. For Recklessness, I would recommend using it only during strong damage boosts, so crits have more value. Hard casting a slam may be your last resort, and you only do it if you're being extremely unlucky, or you are entering a high damage window, for example right before Baron Geddon start casting Inferno. Keep in mind that when you need to hardcast a slam, you must wait for your auto swing to land first, and right after that, start hardcasting the slam, so you don't lose the Heroic Strike damage and a potential slam proc. Also, Blood Rage is your best emergency rage tool. Since this is off GCD, use it only when you're running too low on rage. Now for the AoE Cleaving Slam build, the rotation is very similar, but you use spam clip here instead of Heroic Strike. You will do as follows. Use cleave permanently as long as rage allow it. This is your main damage source and also multiply your chance on hit procs. Try to fish your first slam proc with Whirlwind. Since Whirlwind can hit up to 4 targets with each hand, that means 8 different 20% chances to get Blood Surge proc. Once you get a slam proc, just keep spamming it as much as you can, unless you need to refresh Death Wish or you have more than 3 targets and enough rage to do a whirling without cancelling a cleave. If Slam proc is gone, but your whirling is about to come off cooldown, use Circuit Rage or Recklessness so you can do whirling right after it and try to proc Slam. In every else scenario, use Hardcast Slam. It's not that terrible in this build. Keep in mind that in this AoE build, we should have a higher Death Wish uptime. It can even be 100% of the fight if it is a raid and we're doing the rotation properly. In AoE rotation, you don't want to use Blood Tools at all. You will use it just in case you got just one target less, and your Slam proc is gone as well. Some examples could be raid fights like Domo, or even Mythic Plus when you end up just hitting that one single remaining mob. If you wanna see actual gameplays like raid fights and some Mythic Plus runs, go check my other videos on this channel. Alright, that's it for chapter 2. The next chapter will probably be the last one, and it will cover consumes, extra tips, interface configurations, and more. See you on the next chapter. Stay tuned.